Yetta, the future's coming. The future's coming.
Faster than you think, babe.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
So what we're going to discover on this segment is what is on the horizon for real estate. And we're super excited that for over 30 years, we've been able to come alongside you, not only selling, buying, and investing over 3,117 times, but helping you build your faith, your fun, your finances, and really just strengthening, healing, and flourishing inside your relationships too. So as we think about that, discovering what's on the horizon in real estate is so apropos to what we're all about.
Yeah. And, you know, the buzz is
is
artificial intelligence.
Yeah, it really is.
So if it's artificial, is it actually intelligent?
Okay. So we use it for certain things.
Yes.
And so it can be used effectively,
Mm-hmm.
but it has some big limitations. Sometimes when the team is working together and one of our team members, Amber in particular, is putting together some, like researching what we've already created on Life's Inside Track to create a blog or to create a carousel or create other marketing collateral, so to speak, to
Did you say
further
Amber?
the message. I said Amber.
Who's Amber? Our
Amber.
listener doesn't know who Amber is.
Well, they ought to, because not only has she been in our lives since she was 9,
Mhm.
she's not anywhere near 9 anymore. She also eventually married our son and is on the team taking care of the behind the scenes, administratively a fair bit, but more so the presence of the Decker team is created by Amber Decker.
Right. So if you're reading our blogs, Amber's responsible for that being out in the world.
It is. And which is fantastic. And so sometimes she'll do additional research using AI based on what we say during one of our Life's Inside Track episodes. And then she'll say to me, look at this amazing fact. Because we prove everything.
Everything? That's another
Everything.
saying, the
That's-
Yetterism?
That's another Yetterism. Yep, absolutely. And so as I read it, I go, that's not true. So that's the struggle with AI. It's gathering all the intelligence that's out there, but it can't actually filter fact from fiction.
It's not gathering intelligence then, it's gathering information.
There, that's it.
And putting it together. And it saves a ton of time. But recently we saw one that was like, you know, obviously the realtor had used it to write their description of the home, and it talked about this beautiful chef's paradise kitchen, blah, blah, blah. And then when you look at the picture, it was a galley kitchen with laminate countertops. So proof your AI stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. So I think it's coming. I mean, it'll be beautiful when we can just say, looking for houses with white kitchens in such and such an area, and then it can spit out. So that sort of intelligence is coming. So it's great as a search engine.
Yeah, really
I
good.
love it as a search engine.
Well, we're using it now. Like as soon as you say, hey, Siri, find me such and such, right? Most of the time she gets close.
Yeah.
Or he, if you have the male voice.
Yeah, I prefer the male voice,
Yeah.
but that's okay. So it is effective in real estate, but not to be overused, and to make sure you check the facts,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Did you know our daughter has Alexa all over the place,
Oh,
right?
I know. I do know.
And there's stations everywhere. And every time she goes, Alexa, play music, play dance, turn it up, show the words, whatever, right? It's kind of fun. But the problem is Alexa is always listening. And some people don't like that because they feel their privacy. So a new company's come out and they've created Alex. And it's a male Alexa. And Alex doesn't listen to anything.
You're so funny. Okay, so we're going to invite you that if you want to stay connected to this banter between the Life's Inside Track banters and be part of the community with the Decker team and the Decker team family, then reach out to us together at deckerteam.com. And you're welcome to call us too, actually. It's just
What would that number be?
613-860-4663. And 4663 is home, which has almost become an obsolete way of describing a phone number.
It's hard to dial by letter.
Exactly. Whereas it used to be, that's like another practice that's outdated.
You're right. And the good news is we don't have to change it Because you can still say 4663.
You can. I love that. And I like that it spells home. But
Yeah.
it's just funny how the little things that were a big deal at one point are no longer best practices today.
And speaking of big deals, there's
Yes.
a big deal on the horizon.
In real estate.
Like September, maybe January. It was delayed. It was supposed to come out April 1st. The government delayed it to make some more changes. Yeah. What's that about?
Well, real estate is going to be turned upside down.
Turned on its head.
Turned on its head, as we might say.
Yeah.
And I think Ken, as the president of the real estate board, I was saying to him, wow, what a year to be in the industry. He's been sitting on a Canadian task force for the Canadian Real Estate Association, provincial task force for the Ontario Real Estate Association, and of course, serving as the president of our local Ottawa Real Estate Board for all of 2023.
I do that all in my spare time.
I know. And I said, wow, like the changes that are happening right now sound like as more changes than we've had since 1994 combined. Like the last time. And he looked at me and he said, no, not really true. The changes that are happening now, the number of them and the impact of them has actually not happened since organized real estate came into place.
Yep, that was the big change.
Years ago. That was the big change 100 years ago. And what's happening this year and into early 2024 is of the same caliber almost as organized real estate itself.
And I get to be part of it.
Big part of it. And says it's no big deal. Anyhow, so we're going to do a whole show on it. We're just going to touch on it now.
On TRESA.
On TRESA.
Not the other changes.
No, on TRESA.
On TRESA.
So go ahead.
So TRESA is the Trust in Real Estate Act. It came out a couple years ago. The first stage allowed realtors to be incorporated and professional corporations, and a few other minor changes. Advertising, we could call ourselves realtors now instead of salespeople or broker realtors. And the change that's coming up soon is they're going to change the word customer service to self-represented.
It sounds like such a little change, right?
It's not. It's huge.
Not. It's mammoth.
Yeah, it's not. They're not really substituting the words. They're not. Customer service meant we still owed you diligence and ethics and all kinds of stuff, but we weren't absolutely representing your interests. Well, now self-represented means it's like going into a court against other lawyers and representing yourself. So if you're self-represented, it means the realtors are not helping you at all. You are on your own. As a matter of fact, we can't. So if you came into one of our properties and looked at it and you said, oh, well, what about the other property down the street? I'd say, well, I don't know about the other property. Well, I do know about the property down the street, but I can't tell you about it because you're self-represented. Unless you want to become represented by me, then I can go and show you that property and talk to you about it. So it's going to change the industry completely.
So you want an amazing guide.
And you'll want to listen to that show when it comes out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So with all the information that is out there, it's even more important to have an experienced guide by your side. And we're grateful that you joined us on this inside track because when we all move forward together, we've got this.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.